Hi there, it's John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, the 14th of October, 2023. I hope you're all doing well. Let's get rolling. So, as I said last week, dealing with having to declutterify my house or get thrown out. So, we're working on it, and thankfully, my nephew Michael's doing a lot of work on it. I can only do so much because of my limited mobility. My nephew Dave was a big help, bringing some stuff over to help organize things. My friend Bob uh, gave me a bookshelf that was a massive help in the living room, and he has another that I'm going to use in the bedroom, so that's great. So, being proactive about it, and very proud of my nephews Dave and Michael. I'm not saying I'm not proud of all my nieces and nephews, but they've been they've been stellar this week, and I give my sincere thanks to both of them. Um, I'm a lucky uncle in that regard. So um, I was very saddened to hear that my friend of a long time, Neil, died on Tuesday. Um, I've known Neil since 1981, I believe, if my memory serves. And he was always diabetic, and he's had a lot of issues in the recent years. He's been fighting cancer. His second set of kidneys failed him, and he was in having to go 3 times a week for dialysis. And he just had been through the mill, and he had to go to the hospital toward the end of September, I think, somewhere around like the 16th, 17th, 18th of September, with some problem evidently with his gallbladder, and he never recovered. He got uh, considerably weakened, and his sister said that the cancer finally overtook him. And so that was that. Very sad. We had a lot of fun times. I saw him just about a month and a half ago, in fact, so we had a good time then. We watched some stuff, some movies I found on like the Fire Stick that we watched for free on comic books and comic conventions. That was a lot of fun, and we sat and ate McDonald's cheeseburgers and had a great time and a great talk. So the last time we were together, we had a lot of fun. Um, I'm gonna miss him. He was a good guy, and very sad about that. So beyond that, ever working forward. Um, for reasons I can't explain, two things I've been in the mood for this whole week, and that is the film The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, which I've loved since it came out. And so I've been delving into that again. And for some reason, I've been in the mood for early Amy Grant stuff. When I say early, I mean pre-mainstream. I think that although I love, my two favorite albums of hers are Unguarded and Lead Me On, which were from, I believe Unguarded was 85 and Lead Me On was 88. And I saw her the first time was at Radio City Music Hall in New York with a guy, Rich Mullins, who has since left us, brilliant singer songwriter, as her opening act. And she did an utterly captivating, wonderful show for that tour. And then I saw her several times on the Lead Me On tour with Michael W. Smith, who I also love his stuff. He was both her opening act and part of her band for that tour, which he was back in the day. So anyway, back in the day stuff is what I was in the mood for. She did an album that she said was her least selling album called Never Alone. I like that album. It's really good, simple songs. It's just her voice is brilliant. Her voice is always brilliant. Whether or not you care for Christian music or not, I have no problem. People singing about their faith, whatever their faith is. A good song is a good song is a good song, and she wrote plenty of them and sang them, and still does. I shouldn't talk about in the past tense, but there was this kind of, should I say, innocent simplicity to her earlier stuff, although it wasn't easy music, to be sure. Thinking about some of the songs she was doing, um, they weren't like 145 kind of things. They had some density and complexity to the songwriting, and great melodic stuff and great textures and things within it. So, but I've been thinking about that. In fact, last night I found online a concert from her Age to Age tour, that was her transition. Shouldn't say transition. That was the album that within the Christian community brought her to, like, from stardom to superstardom in '82, and then she did a great album called Straight Ahead, which consolidated that, and then came Unguarded. And I think Unguarded actually brought out anger in her original following, her more devout following, because it was too mainstream and horror. She was wearing like a almost a punky leopard jacket. How dare she? Uh, but she never lost her faith in her songs. It's just the arrangements changed, and she explored different aspects of life, which I suppose a good songwriter would. I mean, yes, there are some people that are nailed down to they do one thing. But when you expand your horizons, some people aren't fond of change. But anyway, so she's been in my head this week, and so is Buckaroo Banzai. Those two things, I don't know why, at the same time. Um, and also, the week before, did I mention it last week how much I loved the Scarlet Pimpernel? I think I might have. But so that, put it all together and I don't know, add some peanut sauce to it for some Asian flavor. Uh, that's been the majority of my week. I've been working away. I've been transcribing another interview after I did the Steve Hackett one, who played here in Connecticut last night. I understand it was a very good show. Would expect no less of Steve. I'm transcribing an interview with Joseph Parrish James, who's the current guitarist with Jethro Tull. And it's a fascinating one. We talk about how he got in the band, his place in the band, his observations of the role of the guitar within the band. And I'm getting near the end where we're also talking about he has another band called Albion, not to be confused with the Albion Band. Two totally different things, although both within the same sphere on some levels. So, working on that, ever moving forward. If I've forgotten anything, I apologize if it was something important. Uh, and I'm just going to my way out of here. So I hope you're all doing well. Oh, there you go. Big thing. My nephew Timmy had to undergo, but he had to undergo spinal surgery yesterday, Friday. And I'm glad to say that it was a success and he's okay and he's on the mend. So God bless. And let's close on that hopeful, good note. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye bye bye.